I'm Marna, and this is the Twin Flame Detox. So, this video is talking about validation, internal and external validation. The question is, what do you rely on to feel good about yourself? What makes you you? How do you perceive yourself? Now, I know a lot of us have gone through a phase where we were relying on external validation for our self-worth. I am a good person because my divine counterpart loves me. I can love myself because my divine counterpart loves me. I can take the love that is shown to me and reflect it within myself to see that I'm a good person. This is actually a very, very normal human reaction. We tend to define ourselves by external things. If I'm introduced to someone for the first time, I might say I'm a grandmother. I might say I'm a life coach. I might say I work at this company. I might say I am a multimillionaire. Working on that one. I might say I am an incredibly successful person by these metrics. All of those things objectively could be true. Like I said, still working on the multimillionaire part, but I'm going to get there. But that really doesn't describe who I am. That describes the forces outside of me. Who am I? I am an incredibly insightful, incredibly loving human being. I am a divine counterpart. I am a wellspring of love and support for people around me. I am capable of loving myself. I am incredibly stubborn and use that stubbornness to accomplish the impossible every day. Those are also true statements. Now, the difference between internal and external validation is this. When you are relying on an external source of validation for your self-worth, that source can be removed. And what happens when it's removed? We've all been there, crying on the bathroom floor for 3 days, refusing to eat or burying ourselves in Haagen-Dazs ice cream. Yeah, the things that you do after a breakup. Or if you have lost your job that was your career that you identified as, what do you do next? You're lost, you're adrift, you have no clue where you're going or how you're going to get there. So, external validation, no matter how reliable you may think it is, oh, I'll never leave this job. This is who I am. External validation can always disappear on you. Internal validation, what you know yourself to be on the inside, that is what gets you through everything else. So it is very, very important that you work on your internal validation. And the stronger your internal validation is, the more it will reflect into the external world around you. The more you understand that you are a being of light and love and potential, the more that energetic resonance is going to affect the energy in your outside environment. Your internal validation can determine not only who you are, but how other people perceive you and what they offer you as a result of those perceptions. We've all heard the phrase, fake it till you make it. This is the same thing. When you go into a job interview and you're not comfortable, what do? Do you allow that discomfort to show? Do you hunch up? Do you look scared? Do you sit there and pick at your nails or stammer a lot and really have a hard time talking to people and not meeting eyes? Or do you remind yourself to at least appear to be confident and like you know what you're doing? Do you remind yourself, keep your shoulders back and down? My mother used to make me practice that exercise all the time. Keep your head high. Meet people's gazes directly. Say hello. Have a firm handshake. Do all the little things that we do to portray a person who knows what they're doing. Which of those two perceptions is more likely to get the job? So, fake it till you make it is faking internal validation until you can feel it for yourself. Now, there have been psychological studies that have shown that if you stand in the Superman pose with your hands on your hips and your arms wide and your head high, it will lift your mood in 10 seconds. Our physical attitude has that much effect on our perception of ourselves. So, what's your internal validation? What do you need to do to remember that you're a being of light and love? What do you need to tell yourself to be able to look in the mirror and be proud of who you see? It has nothing to do with who loves you or what your job is. It has everything to do with how you are choosing to perceive yourself and what you have to do to fake it till you can make it. So stand up straight, keep your hands on your hips and your head held high, and the validation starts to come from within no matter what. Thank you for joining me on the Twin Flame Detox.